A Binance Bank Run? The US government is coming to save crypto! Yay! No. Let's go and take a deep dive in this video to exactly what is going to be happening in the crypto space right here. Guys, thanks for being here with me on the Crypto Bliss Show. Welcome back to the channel. Thank you to all my beautiful subscribers for being here with me once again. And absolute beautiful energy on the channel. Continuation of absolute incredible knowledge and power here. So make sure if you are not part of the community that you come and join the community, because I give you powerful, impactful information. It's a long video. I've already done the video once. I do not want to, I forgot to push the sound button on my the switch on power button on my sound card, which completely made me do a 30-minute video. So I'm going to power pack this video even shorter, and I'm going to make it even more juicier and happy for us. So make sure to smash the thumbs up for redoing this video for you guys, because I love doing this for you guys. All right, guys, cryptocurrency market cap below. We lost the $20 billion again. We're now at 115. When I did this video for you half an hour ago, we were at 78 billion in trading volume. We are now officially at 115 billion in trading volume and pumping up, which is even more crazy. Bitcoin is still sitting strong above the 29K level. Ethereum at 1828. BNB at 238. XRP at 66 cents. Lido 1826, Cardano 29 cents, so sub 30 cents again. Dogecoin 7.3 cents, Solana 22.64, Litecoin $86, Polkadot $5, Matic $67, Shiba Inu $820, Uniswap, which used to be a DEX but is now considered a CEX or centralized exchange because of all the FUD that they created by delisting one of the coins. I'm not going to go into that right now. Avalanche at 12.43, Chainlink at 7.24, Stellar at 14, and Cosmos at 8.65, guys. So you can see not much move in the markets there today. The crypto bubbles today, Pulse and Hex are pumping once again. Casper's continuing to pump. HBAR's pumping. I don't even know what WBT is. XDC is every day pumping 7 to 15%, which is pretty crazy. The rest of it is in the red. Most of it is in the red for the day, as you guys can see. The fear and greed index, I'm not going to show you guys, but is pretty much sitting at 52 today, which is a whole lot of neutral news as always. So, guys, lots and lots of stuff to share with you guys today on the market. Remember, I said to you guys yesterday that the market ADP came in at 324. This is what we call manipulation, a very simple example. They forecasted 175, even though previously they had given 455,000 jobs into the market. So even though that's 130K less than the previous, it doesn't matter. It's still 150K higher than the forecast. Now, please remember that we have US jobless claims today as well. The US productivity, S&P PMI today, ISM services and factory orders and non-farm payrolls, employment rate, hourly wages, all tomorrow. So lots of news that is going to impact the markets. On the European side of things, the only thing that's going to really impact the market quite heavily is the GDP here. GBP, which has a US composite, which as you can see came in slightly stronger and pretty much equal. So not much European news other than the Bank of England interest rate decision coming in a little bit later today. So we should see that, and the US initial jobless claims move the market today. That's about all on that side. Now, guys, make sure to stay tuned right to the very end of the video so that you can maximize the content that I have to share with you on this video, because it is so powerful for you guys. I need to share so much with you, so make sure to stay tuned here right till the end. And if you're enjoying it so far, smash the thumbs up. According to Invest Answers. Now, to cut a long story short, low volatility. I'm going to just move this my video up here for a moment. Low volatility is a sign of a bull market, believe it or not, and Bitcoin has a history of going on massive runs almost every single time after a period of low volatility. And in fact, Bitcoin's current level of volatility is the second lowest ever on record. The only time it was lower was back in 2017, where the people like Carl from the Moon, MM Crypto, AM Crypto, and a whole bunch of others in that category came in 2017 and made massive gains from the market at that time from crypto. So very, very powerful and interesting. The last time this happened was right before the bull run started that took Bitcoin up to the 20,000. We watched it go very quickly from 3 to 20K, which was very, 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 very beautiful, guys. Now, as you can see here, the first lowest volatility was back here in 2017 is what they're talking about. So the low volatility line is this yellow line across here. Times bullish from that low volatility 100% of the time. Are we going to see anything different? I don't think so. I think we're going to see exactly the same thing. We're pretty much getting ready to make a crazy run on the bull market. So I would like to know from you in my community what you believe is going to happen with the crypto bull run this cycle. Do you think we'll get a 2021 bull cycle, a 2017 bull cycle, or a 2013 bull cycle? What do you think 2023, 24, 25's bull cycle will look like in comparison to the previous bull cycles? Let me know with the year down below that you believe it would look like this time. Okay, so the second lowest volatility is currently right now. Now look what happened after the first lowest volatility. We made this crazy massive run up here. The second, we're getting ready to make it. The third, we continued to make that massive run to the upside. The fourth was over here where we kind of started running up pre-C19 events. Then we had the C19 event, we had a crazy pump here, low volatility, which was the last. Then in 2013, we had this crazy low volatility before a massive double pump, double top, blow off top in the market. So I'd like to know from you guys what you think. Personally, I've said it on the channel a number of different times. I think we're going to see a rally like 2013's kind of rally, especially because we have ETF approvals coming into the space very soon at the moment. So lots of cool news about that. The next article I want to go and show you is the perfect setup. Don't count on a Bitcoin crash back to 23, says Glassnode co-founder. Now, guys, Glassnode is a reputable website that shows on-chain analysis of all crypto and Bitcoin information. So make sure to go and check them out. Historical data indicates that when the Nasdaq regains significant levels, BTC usually catches up within approximately 80 days. The process often starts with the Nasdaq cooling off as capital rotates towards riskier assets, and once the rotation occurs, the Nasdaq tends to take off again, propelling BTC's rise. So as you can see here, the Nasdaq is down, started to make a pump. Bitcoin down, started to make a pump with the Nasdaq. Guess what? The dollar came down. Then over here again, the Nasdaq started to make a pump. Bitcoin pumped, dollar fell. Very, very simple in the chart. That is basically saying that. So they reckon it won't come below 23,000 or won't even get near 23,000. I would like to know from you, what level do you think Bitcoin is going to hit next? What do you think is the next target for Bitcoin? The next most immediate target for Bitcoin? Let me know down in the comments below. Alrighty, guys, let's go and quickly have a look at the Dixie chart with noting that. So I'm going to bring my video back down to the corner. All right, so you guys, on my video yesterday, I did say to you that we would likely try and reach up for the unlikely try and reach up for the 200, but I was wrong. So I admit that, and I'm showing you that I was wrong. We are coming through this level of resistance here right now. We are very, very oversold on the daily. Overbought on the daily because we've had a massive pump up here. So you can see that none of this has actually really truly engulfed this bearish move to the downside. So the 200 will very likely act as resistance, pushing us further down. And there might be a wick up and basically a shooting star candle to tell us that, or a topping tail candle, which then points us back to the downside on the dollar. Do you guys think the dollar is going to be rejecting and coming to the downside? Let me know down in the comments below. I'd love to hear what you guys think. But as you can see, long-term resistance level right there. And that is all in collaboration with the moving averages also. Okay, so getting on to some of the more crazy news. So MicroStrategy stay on Bitcoin course even if spot ETFs are approved. Michael Saylor compared his firm to a sports car, whereas a spot ETF will be likely a super tanker when it comes to giving investors Bitcoin exposure. And he's so right in saying that, and at least he's honest about that as well. Most people would say, no, I'm the best, come and invest with me, let's go. I don't even say that on the channel, guys, because I have success in huge ways with other crypto assets, but not necessarily in the way that he has it. So, or you as a fact. So consider a Bitcoin strategy is what he made as a tweet here, or an X, whatever you want to call it these days. Basically, this is a stock performance since August 10, 2020. When MicroStrategy adopted its Bitcoin strategy, MicroStrategy has now become the highest earning company in the world compared to any of these other assets, even better than Bitcoin, because it's outperforming Bitcoin because of the way that he's dollar cost averaged into the position for his investors. Okay, so he knows what he's doing. It's amazing, guys. So we can tap into leverage because we're an operating company, which an ETF couldn't do. So we view it as being beneficial to the entire ecosystem. We are unique instrument. We are the sports car, whereas the spot ETF is going to be like the super tanker. Pretty cool article from Michael Saylor. You guys know that I'm not a fan of Cointelegraph, but at the end of the day, I'm here looking at some of the news. ETF analyst raises spot Bitcoin ETF approval chances in the US to 65%, especially after the Ripple versus SEC case. Now, James Seyfarth wrote this article. Here's the race as I'm watching it. We are completely guessing on the timing of grayscale case dates, but we think the path of least resistance is simultaneous approving for all 8 filers. Plus, grayscale is in the aftermath of the courts vacating the SEC's denial. So these are the companies that have applied for a ETF. These are the filing dates. This is the Federal Register. This is the status of them. This is the exchange that they're on. This is the custodians they're choosing to run the ETF through. This is the next set of deadlines. So the next deadline is actually on the 15th of this month, and that is for not BlackRock, Grayscale BTC. So the final deadline is all here, as you guys can see. The linchpin for this current thesis is a Grayscale victory over the SEC federal court, which could set things up for a wave of SEC approval sometime in the 4th quarter. All depends on how much Gary Gensler wants to fight here. I'm sure he wants to fight like crazy, but yeah, I don't think he's going to get very far. I think he's going to be obliterated eventually. Let us go and have a look here. Cheers, guys. It's freezing here in Joburg today, so I'm enjoying my green tea. Hot green tea. KPMG touts ESG benefits from Bitcoin, counters misperceptions in the new report. So the report compares Bitcoin energy usage to that of the closed rise equal, and its emissions to those of manure, much less, in a slight but readable document. So the document is pretty much over here. Let's move this back down here. Guys, if you're not following me on Twitter yet, come follow me on Twitter. That would be amazing, please. So Dennis Porter, breaking: KPMG, one of the top 4 largest accounting firms in the world, acknowledges the positive impacts of Bitcoin can have on the environment. That's the highlight of the entire article. Very, very simple and straight to the point. Bitcoin's role in the ESG is imperative: methane reduction, uses of renewable energy, recycled heat, and demand response. So there is huge environmental impacts that Bitcoin will have on the environment that are extremely positive. Okay, so not only is it going to be a world currency, but it's actually going to help the world from the ESG perspective, which is phenomenal. Now, one of the last articles I wanted to go and say to you or share with you is the FUD that is going on out there is huge. Let us go and see and delve into the information. First, let's go and have a look at the charts before I get on to the final bit of information that I've been wanting to share with you guys. I've got a few more charts that I want to share with you, but let's go and have a look at the actual trading charts for now. Well, I hope you are enjoying watching the content so far. Thanks for being here with me on the Crypto Bliss channel. And if you are enjoying it, please make sure to smash the thumbs up. That would be really appreciated. And if you have not yet subscribed to the channel, well, do I even need to ask? Hopefully not. Guys, so here on the crypto Bitcoin dominance chart, I did say to you guys yesterday that we would be trying to make a bullish move to the upside. And guess what? We have been. We're still currently busy doing that. We're testing. We closed above the 20 moving average. We had a little shooting star candle. So that has pulled us down with good volume. RSI coming to a little bit of an oversold. But what you can see here is the pattern that is busy forming right now is a megaphone pattern, which is a descending. It's a descending megaphone. a broadening descending pattern. So you can see that the mouth is shorter or more narrow than the mouth over here, the exit over here. So you can see that if we do bounce like this, we are probably going to try and break out of this level over here. So I think that's what's going to happen. Let me know what you guys think down below. I'd love to hear what you guys think down below. Then on the Ethereum chart, as you guys can see, Ethereum has been pulling back quite substantially here. Over here, you can see that we are pulling down to this level, which has been long-term support for us. We broke down here and we immediately pulled back up over there. We are under the 100, which is a little bit scary, which means that we could essentially have the target of the 200, which is down here at 1785. But I think that, you know, because this is moving up as well, at the very most about the 1800 level is where we would see Ethereum. But if we do close a candle below this level here, it's very likely that we will then pull down even further. Probably could even come back to the 1680, 1690 level down here, which would not be fun for any of us. Okay. Now, this is the ETH BTC chart. As you guys can see, that there is a lot of action that has been happening here. You can see how many times we have broken out of these resistance zones. Right now, we are forming a new resistance zone over here. We could pull down to this level and then make a strong break up to the upside. Now, that would only happen if altcoins really start to make a huge pump, because right now we've actually met resistance 1, 2, and 3 times on the moving averages over here, but we are still creating higher lows, which is still a bullish action. So let me know what you guys think down below. And then lastly, the Bitcoin chart, as you guys can see, this is the pennant that I've been talking to you guys about. You can see that we broke out of it. We closed the candle above. This candle has basically come to retest the top end of the bull pennant. And today's candle is currently retesting this strong horizontal support zone. Once again, because this candle closed above, even though it engulfed the previous candle's body, that means for me, with a strong volume, that we are a little bit more bullish than we are bearish at these current levels. So as you can see, here's the 100. We tap down to the 100. We pull back up. So for my instance, do not see us coming below. We are over the next maybe 2 days going to see if we have the 20 crossing over the 50. That would not be healthy, because that would mean that we would start to look a little bit more bearish again. But as you guys know, my target for my bull flag pennant is up here at the 36,000 level. Now, guys, that is crazy stuff on the charts. Do you think Bitcoin is going to come down here to 26 to 24K? Or do you think Bitcoin is going to try and break the 31.5K level and start to make its way up to new all-time highs? Let me know down in the comments below with the number or the price action that you believe Bitcoin is going to next in the short term. Not in the long term, in the short term. Like over the next, let's just say over August. Okay. I would love to know what you guys think. So with that being said, I would like to say to you that we over here now officially have lots more information to share with you. We are about to tap into the craziest part of this entire video, the Binance FUD that has been continuing to happen. So let's take a deep dive into some charts and let's go and talk about this together on the channel. So as you guys can see, Visual Capitalist brought up these charts. So visualizing the state of global debt by country. So this is basically the debt to GDP ratio for 21 in a percentage. So this is the most recent information and news, guys. So just, yeah, bear that in mind. Japan is one of the highest, in fact, it is the highest, with a 257% negative GDP to debt ratio, which means that for every one, just call it $1, they have $2.57 in debt, which means that their economy is pretty much useless. But one of the most insane things that is happening to Japan is that their economy is actually strengthening at the moment, which means that they'll claw back at some of this debt to GDP ratio. But can it ever be completely fulfilled if the printers for each economy and each country are still rolling on top? Let me know what you guys think down below. I personally don't think so. Now you can see here that US is in the third block, which is healthier than this center and middle area. But basically all of these are screwed. all of these economies are screwed to some degree or another. And I would essentially say that all of these are above the 100% level, which means that, so the US economy, for every $1 they have, they owe $1.33 to other people across other countries across the world. So now one of the craziest things that I've seen here is my country, South Africa, is all the way down here at 69, which means that for every $1, we're actually 0.69 in the green, which is good. China and South Africa are pretty much the same. Oh, that's because they're part of BRICS. Did you hear me say that? Oh. Well, here's Brazil, 91. Here's India. So already 4 out of the BRICS countries that I've shown you here are under the balanced equilibrium of GDP debt to GDP to debt ratio. Now, I can't find Russia on this document, guys. So yeah, just excuse me for not being able to find Russia. I have looked like 400 times now, but I just can't seem to find them. So if they are not on here, then that is okay. We will find them another day. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Anyways, I don't want to waste any more time on that. So let's go to the next article here, guys. So the next article here is the rise of the American debt ceiling. Well, so as you can see, I can't even give you this whole picture on one chart, but 1970, they were 35%. Right now, South Africa is sitting at around 69%, which is somewhere around here, probably around 2004, 2005 is where America was then already, but South Africa is here today. So we got at least a 20-year gap between us and America from a GDP, a debt to GDP ratio. And America is currently sitting at 132.6%, okay? They are more than 31.4 trillion. That's 32.7 trillion in debt. As you can see, the S&P downgraded the government credit rating from AAA to AA+, and this made the market pump. You can see here the debt ceiling limit was suspended for long periods between 2013 over here up to 2020 over here. So much of that action. Then this is the US nominal GDP. It has constantly been increasing, and the debt ceiling ratio has constantly been increasing also, 31.4 trillion according to this chart, but actually it's a 32.6 trillion. So you guys can see that here on the US debt clock. On the US debt clock, you can see 32.6 trillion in national debt. Now, one of the craziest things, guys, I want to give you a visual perspective of what that actually looks like in dollar notes. So let's go and have a look at this article, because this article here is actually going to blow your mind out the water. US debt, visualizing the 31.4 trillion owed in 2023, visualizing the US debt in $1 bills. To understand the record high US debt, national debt, we start with a $1 bill. So here's a $1 bill, person holding a $1 bill, $1,000, $10,000, $100,000, $1 million, $10 million, which is this little section out of the $1 billion. Then this $1 billion is this little tiny first layer of one corner of the $1 trillion that this is, which is more gigantic. It's approximately 25 stories high, 109 meters up, and 65.5 meters wide, 154 meters long. Way bigger than a Boeing 747, guys. Now, what that actually looks like is that this 1 trillion over here up, and 65.5 meters wide, 154 meters long. Way bigger than a Boeing 747, guys. Now, what that actually looks like is that this 1 trillion over here is this little level on the Willis Tower, which is 1,442 meters tall. And essentially, that debt is equivalent to about $94,000 debt per citizen. Where is it? That local debt per citizen. Yeah. Nope. Okay, I'll find it for you guys in a moment. But yeah, here. Debt per citizen, 97,491. Now, one of the craziest things about this is that this is the whole entire 31.4 trillion, and it is completely growing because we have, since this article was created, we have now pumped in about 1.3 trillion into the market since that time. Another thing is South Africa. So China consumed over 4 billion tons of coal in 2022, but South Africa still has 69% of the coal usage in the entire world. And one thing I want to go and share with you about the coal is that coal, South Africa seems to be selling its coal to other parts of the world and all kinds of things, but we here are suffering with load shedding, which essentially steals anything between 6 and 12 hours of time a day, especially if you do not have a generator, you're not in an office park or a shopping center or something like that, which gives you additional benefits of third-party power systems like solar or generators, etc. That is crazy, guys, because we are feeling this. Now, that's so interesting because South Africa is like a 60 million population, whereas China's a 1.5 billion population. So what the hell is going on here? South African government are completely extorting our coal and our resources. They are taking something that is not theirs and selling it to other countries in the world to try and help other countries. I hear you. I don't disagree that that's not a good thing to do in some degree, but you're taking the coal out of the minerals out of your own country, extorting your own country, taking the money, pocketing for yourselves, not even repairing the economy, not repairing the roads or the electricity problems that we're facing here, and helping your own economy to become boosted and more profitable and way stronger. We could become a powerhouse in the world, especially considering that we're allies with China and Brazil, India and Russia, guys. I mean, come on, it makes no sense for us to do that. The American market is completely falling behind the wagon, okay? And I want to go and say this last thing to you guys. I want to say this thing. So basically, you guys can see that the US government have been completely attacking Binance. The SEC, the CFTC have all been attacking Binance with lots and lots of FUD over the past, let's just call it a year, maybe even longer, accusing CZ of doing the worst business possible. Let me go and show you a little tweet from CZ here on his Twitter page. Considering that he has 8.5 million followers also, which is a very high number, CZ will try to keep 23 simple. Spend more time on less things, do's and don'ts, education, compliance, product and service. Ignore the FUD, fake news and attacks, etc. In the future, would appreciate if you can link this post when I tweet for. The quality of research, validation, etc. that is coming in from CZ is insane, guys. There is constant FUD that is trying to obliterate him and his exchange. But CZ and the exchange are literally the biggest exchange in the entire crypto space, in the crypto sphere, which means it's more difficult, which means that he has a lot more money to use. So guys, let me just make this video a bit bigger. I want to check you guys in my eyeballs. And I want to bring this chart to you on the 15-minute time frame while we are here just busy talking together, because I said that there would be a pin bar candle. And if we're going to look at probably on the 1 hour time frame, we would probably see a little bit of a pin bar. There you go. There you go. Look at that level of support. I said to you guys we would be finding support on this level. We're finding strong support with decent volume, relatively decent volume, not the craziest amount of volume. Okay, guys. So what I wanted to go and say to you is that even though CZ is and Binance is the biggest crypto exchange in the world, what we're actually seeing right now with us is that there is a huge amount of noise. Sorry, let's give you some more space here to see that chart nicely while you listen to me talk. So what is happening is that there's so much FUD. Gary Gensler, all of this are trying to attack Binance, but Binance is is the biggest. It also has other allies like Coinbase, etc., Grayscale, etc., that are all actually coming together in some way or some form to fight against the lack of legislation, regulatory guidelines, and that is huge for this entire market space. Why is that? Well, essentially, you will see that Binance and CZ are super strong. They're ignoring the FUD, they're continuing to do what they're doing, and they have more success in their project because of that. I know the FUD can be painful, it's tiring for you and I, and the US government do not give rocks about you or me trying to protect so-called the retail investors against what is going on. If they did care, they would have created some sort of regulatory outline and bill for the crypto space already like this. They can do that for other spaces like this. Why can't they do it for our space? I'll tell you why. Because they are being paid. US government officials are being paid. FTX was one perfect example. There are many other examples. Alex Mashinsky, I'm sure, is the same thing from Celsius. We have many pockets that are being lined in the US government by certain crypto holders. Aaron from Prometheus is one of them. Okay, I spoke to you guys yesterday about it in my video that his father's the lawyer of the head lawyer of the SEC. Guys, there is so much corruption that is busy happening with the US government. They are the biggest fraud internationally right now, and the rest of the world can see it. They are so open and blatant about it. It is ridiculous. And that's why crypto is leaving the US and going to other parts of the world. And that's why BitBoy, Ben from BitBoy, says, I'm leaving the US and going to somewhere else, like Dubai, where there is no attack on crypto, and there you are free to do what you need to do in the crypto space. Now, with that being said, guys, crypto is massive. It is hugely being adopted. And the reason that the SEC and the US government would want to slow it down is because we are at that moment, like I said at the beginning of this video, at the 2013 or 2017 moment, whichever you think it is down below. I personally think it's 2013 levels, where we will see one of the biggest pumps that we have ever seen in crypto before, especially considering that the ETFs are being filed at the moment and will come about very likely before the Bitcoin halving. I see it happening. They will be approved. Why? Because all of this will essentially be the catalyst to make the Bitcoin price pump to the crazy levels of 300,000 and above, like I have been previously stating on this video. Let me know what you guys think about this. And if you guys want to trade these awesome charts with me, remember I have my Bitflex and my Bybit links down below in the description of this video for you. Let's go and trade and make some good cash together there right now. Thanks for being here with me on the Crypto Bliss Show. I really do appreciate you. And guys, remember to please come over and like the video if you enjoyed the content that I've shared with you today. It took me a long time to do this. I've redone the video. I've now spent nearly 2 hours making this video for you guys. So thank you. Appreciate that. Much love and light and blessings to you all, and have a wonderful day ahead.